there, Stampers. This is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I go live right here on my Facebook page every Monday at 2:30 Mountain Time. And the idea is that I want to take something, I don't want to say complicated, but people appear it to be complicated, and I want to simplify things for you. This is the Magic Wallet, and see how the gift card is behind the X? And if I flip it, now it's behind the two lines. So this is something that I have seen done a lot with fabric, and I just wanted to be able to take my Stampin' Up! Supplies and make it out of cardstock. And so everything I'm using today is Stampin' Up! Related. We're working with the Beautiful World bundle. So this is the World Map dies and the Beautiful World stamp set. They are sold as a bundle and are available in my online store. Somebody turned on the notifications. Yay! Okay, for our Magic Wallet, I'm going to show you all the supplies that we need. We're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that are going to be 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then we're going to need, let's see, let's start in order, I guess. 4 sheets of, I used a foil. You could use another cardstock. You could use designer series paper, whatever you wish. But this layer is 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. Now, again, if 1/8 inch throws you off, there's nothing saying it can't be done without that gold layer in there. So you can take and just use the cardstock at the even 3 1/4, and then this is at 3 inches. So if the 8s throw you off, don't panic. It can be skipped. But if you wanted that extra little skinny border, we're going to do that. I also needed some pieces die cut out of the foil, and to save myself some, I'll give you the measurements, 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. To give myself some extra, I cut all of my die cutting that I needed in the foil right out of the middle, because when we come in and we add our 3 inch by 4 1/2, and this is designer series paper. I've actually got 2 different ones. I've got one for the inside, one for the outside, but they're the same size, 3 by 4 1/2. But these are going to cover up this. And so nobody's ever going to see that there's a hole back there, and it's going to save me some money because, you know, the foil sheets aren't cheap. And so if we can do all our die cutting out of the middle before we use them, I mean, people will still see the border and we will have made the most of our supplies. So just a tip. I love that you guys are chatting with one another. That's so fun. Okay. And then I've got my pieces that are going to go on the outside. So to decorate out here, oh, I'm going to need I need my white one. We'll do that with our new die cutting machine. But I did the earth in balmy blue, and this is just jade, but it's got the adhesive sheets on the back, so it's sticky. So that will adhere right away. And then I have pieces of ribbon that are almost 7 inches, and that's probably a little long. I'd rather err too long than too short, but there's 4 of those. And it's because 2 of them are going to make the X and 2 of them are going to make this shape. And you'll notice this here, this is my little cheat sheet kind of. And I suggest that you make one of these as well. And it doesn't have to be any certain size, but it allows me to remember how things are connected. And so if you look, this will show how things are going to wrap around. So this one and this one, this one and this one, those are my straights. And then these 2 inside ones, that's the X. And so part of the X is going to connect on the back of here, and part of it's going to connect back here. And that's what makes it able to flip. So I thought if I made one of these and stuck it in there, it would be nice and easy to always remember how this goes together. This was an idea that I saw someone did for some swaps that she handed out, because obviously, you know, this was too cute and she was going to end up with 5,000 questions. And so she just made them the cheat sheet. And so I'm doing that for you as well. So we can go ahead and get started, because I want to run the ribbon underneath or actually it's between. Okay, we're gonna go between. That'll bury it better. So I'm gonna get 2 more pieces. Because it's gonna go under between these, we can go ahead and decorate up all of the outside. So I'm just gonna put some adhesive in the 4 corners. This is our Stampin' Seal, and you only need a little bit in each corner. You don't need to cover the entire thing. It will stick very well. And so see, once that's on there, you don't even know that that oval was cut out of the middle. So yeah, any kind of more expensive stuff, our felts and our glitter papers and the foils, all of those can be maximized by cutting out of the middle. So now we can work on the X part. And so when it's open, see, how can I explain this the best? We're going to want one side to make an X, and we're going to want one side to be straight. The side that's straight, I usually tend to do first because I want it to be far enough apart that I can put the X in the middle, because the X is going to have to go in between. But I also want it close enough that it actually will hold the gift card or money or whatever you're putting in there. So if they're too far apart, say I put them way up here and way down here, that'd give me lots of room for my X, but when the card came over here, there's a great chance it would fall out. So what I'm going to do is we're going to decide where we wanted those. I'm counting about 3 squares. And then let's use some Post-it notes. I'm going to come over to this side and we're going to adhere it back here. So this is Stampin' Seal Plus, and our Plus is something that's got a little more grab to it, a lot like our tear and tape, only it comes in a roller, because I want to make sure that that's good and attached. Another thing you could use here is glue dots, but something that's just going to be really sticky. And then, like I said, we're going to want these to go on the back of this one. So you following me? You get the idea of what I'm doing here? So these are attached back here. I'm going to pull them straight across. Again, we can use our Post-it notes if we want to make sure we're staying straight and that it's good and taut. But I want this adhered on the back. And so I'm going to put this right on top, like I'm sandwiching it, and then we're going to do this. So are you following me? Okay, now this one is going to be the X over here. And I'm kind of, I don't know, looking at my lines on my DSP, just making sure my X is, you know, kind of centered. And again, like I said, I want it to be in between on that side. So it has to be in the middle of those two. And then we're going to do something very similar. We're going to flip this over and pull these out. Okay, so there's our X, and we're going to attach these ones here. The easiest way to remember it is you want one set of X's and one set of the straight on the back of each side. So since these are X and these are straight, then my other X is going to go over here. Then once I have this together, and we have our ribbon where we want it, it's all secure, ready to go, then I can put my other half on. So we're now decorating the outside. Anybody have any questions about any of this? Now, because these are the same size, these are just going to butt up flush to the edges. which is why I thought there was 2 instead of 4, but there is indeed 4 of the navy blue. Okay, and so that's it. That was the whole thing. We're going to decorate the outside just to make it pretty, but this part makes it work. So again, I'm going to put in my gift card and my cheat sheet, and the gift card's under the X, and now it's over here. So that's the magic of the Magic Wallet. Then we're just going to decorate it up. Like I said, I used adhesive sheet on this one to make it go quicker. So if I just peel off this backing, I have a self-stick sticker. And because these were cut with the dies, they're going to fit together perfectly. And I'm using the glue dots here because they're a little bit thicker, and because there's the thickness there, I want to make sure that this isn't a different height. And then this is ready to go down here. Although I didn't get it high enough, did I? Now this is where the undo comes in handy. I know we talked about that last week. If I had used undo, we wouldn't have removed that, but I'm going to use this to cover it up, so we're still safe. Never mind the boo-boos. We'll just cover those right up. Okay, now I said we needed the white to cut out of there in order to stamp, and so I'm going to bring in my mini and show you how this one works. Isn't it cute? When I first opened it up, I went, oh, this is like the perfect size for my granddaughter. I could see her using the mini one and me using the regular one, and we could stamp together. So fun. Okay, so I'm going to use plate 1 and plate 2. I'm going to get a die. The stitched shapes are some of my favorites because you get ovals, circles, and squares. And they're all stitched. And so when we cut this out, it'll have the automatic stitching. There we go. There's our oval. And it's small and portable. Doesn't take up all my desk. Remember, available to customers in January when the new catalog kicks off. If you can't wait till then, you can always join my team. As demonstrators, we're able to buy things early, and we get a 20% off discount. We kind of refer to it as our ultimate bundle and a happy shopper discount, because you can choose to run a business out of it, but you don't have to. You could just choose to buy your supplies at a discount. Okay, now we get to choose. Let's just do Adventure Awaits. That's what I used last time. And I just kind of laid the, I should show you that. I do that kind of quickly, but I lay the word down on my grid paper, and then I lay my block down on the grid paper, and that assures me that I'm straight. She did the cutest little video. If you haven't seen that, it's over on my YouTube channel. My granddaughter was visiting, gosh, I think it was 2 years ago now, and she made her own Stampin' Up video. She would have been 8. She just turned 10. Double digits. My granddaughter's in double digits. Yikes. And actually, that's all 3 of them now, because I have a granddaughter that's 10, one that's 11, and one that's 12, and then the 2 boys. Luckily, they're younger, so they're not double digits yet. Those are making me feel antique. Okay, so there we go. There's our second little magic wallet. I do want to show you a fun new sneak peek. This is a new set that's going to be in the spring catalog, and it's actually die cuts of a men's suit. And so this one I made a suit, and my next thing I'm making is a tuxedo for a wedding. But I've done these before where I've printed out a pattern and then cut it with scissors. Now we have dies. Can you believe it? I am so excited. Stampin' Up! Does the best stuff. Okay, let's bring you back to the other camera now that we're done. And that's all there was to it. There's our little magic wallet card all ready to go. What a fun gift that would be for a Christmas present, a birthday present, whatever. Kids love those things. They can't figure out how it flopped. But now we've done the inner workings of it and we know, right? And I hope I made it simple for you. That's always my intention, is that things are simple and easy for you to do. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. That's what I'm here for. And if you need any of the supplies, I'm going to go ahead and make a list and put that in the description. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next Monday at 2:30 for another Facebook Live. Thanks. Bye.